Hello, how's everyone doing? This is Brother Rob right here, and I just wanted to come on here and share with you a very important message that I think will be good and it will be beneficial for your soul today and for the next time and future to come as well. And the title of this message, I'm going to title it, is To Be the Master of Your Eyes. Now, this message is to the believer and to anyone in general. And so the title again is Be the Master of Your Eyes. Now remember, the Lord has given us power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. And he says, and nothing shall by any means hurt you, which is stated in the book of Luke. So we have the power. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't have the power to control your eyes, to control your vision, to control what you're putting into your eyes, because that's a lie of the enemy. And that's a lie straight from the pits of hell. So discard that out of your mentality right now. Throw that away out of your mind. Don't let the enemy try to tell you that you don't have power, especially power to take control of your vision and also your mind and your hearts. So how do we control our vision? How can we as individuals be the master of our eyes? How can you be the master of your eyes? Well, it first starts with we have to examine ourselves and we have to figure out a solution. We got to figure out what's really going on in our lives that's causing us to stumble in our vision. All right, so the first thing we must do, especially as a believer, if you're struggling in this area right here, if you're struggling in this area that's things that you're going through in your day-to-day lifestyle that's causing you to stumble in your vision, the first thing you want to do is just go to the Lord about it and ask the Lord to reveal anything to your heart, anything. Ask Him to reveal anything that's causing you to stumble in your vision. So the first thing is go to the Lord, and the next thing I will want to say is to simply pray and pray and fast. Now you got to understand that things that can cause us to stumble in our vision, that's things that are sinful to our vision, they can come in levels. And depending on the level of that particular thing that's causing you to sin, it may be a level where the Lord is trying to show you that you have to really pray, and not only pray, but you must fast. Pray and fast, especially in these last days, because let me remind you that the enemy is going to throw many obstacles in our way that'll cause us to fall in our vision, that'll cause us to contaminate our vision and also our eyesight. Now, with this message, I'm not only talking about our physical eyesight, but I'm also talking about our spiritual eyesight. We gotta know that we are made not only of the flesh, but we are made of spirit as well, mind, body, and soul. So we must go to the root of this. So we must really look within our hearts and look at our spiritual man and ask the Lord to reveal what's going on in our spiritual eyes. And I want to also remind you that there's been many times in my life, in my past times growing up, where I was struggling in areas that was causing me to not be the master of my eyes, and it was causing me to sin and fall in a habitual state and it was causing me to do these things as a habit, and the Lord was correcting me as time went on, and He has delivered me as well from things that was causing me to stumble inside of my vision. So we went over these particular principles right here. So the first thing I said was go to the Lord. The second thing I mentioned was to pray and fast. And once again, let's ask Jesus to help us in our vision on a day-to-day basis. I want to give you these things that can help you to be the master of your eyes and also to be the master of your vision. You can stay in the Word of God. Also praying and fasting, as I mentioned, to constantly focus on God, to keep your eyes on God. Always remember this. Once you keep your eyes on God, this will cause you to, become stronger in your vision. And it's almost like it's basically like a spiritual exercise. The more you focus on God, the more you meditate upon the Lord, this will cause you to be strong, especially in your spiritual eyes, and it will cause you to defeat the enemy when he tries to throw things your way that will cause you to stumble in your vision. All right? Another important thing that you may want to do is to get rid of things that will cause you to sin in your vision. For example, you want to get rid of lustful images. Another thing is you may want to throw away things out of your home. Throw things away out of your environment and also your surroundings. I'm going to say that one more time. Throw things away out of your home, out of your environment, and also out of your surroundings. All right? Stay away from people that lust. You may have friends in your life right now that's lusting, that's looking at the wrong things, that's polluting their eyes. And guess what? Just by you being around them, those same things can pollute your eyes as well. It can cause you to, especially if you're a believer of God, you want to avoid bad company, that you want to avoid people that lust. Because just by you hanging out with them, guess what that's going to do? It's going to cause you to fall in your vision. It's going to cause your vision to be contaminated, and it's not going to be pure. All right? So as I mentioned, throw things out of your home. And the last thing I jotted down in my notes was you may want to throw things away, as such as movies. You want to stay away from things like television, and what we're on right now is social media, things that's on the internet. The majority of the things that's on the internet right now contains lustful images. It contains sexual, sins and so forth. And these are the things that we want to avoid. These are the things that's going to pollute our eyesight and our spiritual eyesight as well. So throw things away and stay away from things that will cause you to sin, such as movies, television, and social media, as such as the internet and so forth. So it's very important to keep your mind and heart protected. How do we keep our mind and our hearts protected? And also, how do we keep our vision protected as well? We do this by going to the Lord, and He is the one that can show us how to, guard our hearts and guard our minds, and also guard our eyes on a day-to-day basis. And this message is for brothers out there as well. If you're having trouble, with your spiritual eyesight, if you're having trouble with things such as lust, these are things you may want to pray about. Matter of fact, these are things you do want to pray about. These are things you want to fast about as well. These are things you want to go to the Lord about, so He can help you in this area, so He can help you and encourage you not to stumble in this area. Because if we go back to the book of Matthew 5:28, Jesus talked about these things, right? And He said, "But I say unto you that whosoever looketh upon a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery already with her already in his heart. And He said, And if thy right eye offendeth thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And He said, And if thy right hand offendeth thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell." So if you look at this, what Jesus said, this is very serious. If he did stated this, and if we look back, if he said this, then that should let us know as individuals, and especially as believers of God, that we should not fall into things as such as lust. And brothers, again, we should not fall into things that will cause us to lust, especially after women. If you're going on the internet, you may go on certain sites that will show things as such as pornography, as such as these social media websites and so forth. These things are promoting the wrong things, especially things that's that's polluting our children as well. It's polluting our young kids today, and it's causing them to stumble as well. It's causing their eyes to be polluted, and it's causing them to look at the wrong things. And we need to step up as a role model for our kids so that they won't stumble in their eyesight as well. So, going back to the message, be the master of your eyes. This message is for those who who needs help every day to, be strong in their vision, to be strong in their eyesight. And remind you, I've been struggling in this area. This is a testimony today that the Lord has delivered me from. And still to this day, the enemy tries to attack me in my eyesight and in my spiritual eyes. And he tries to attack me in, lust and so forth. I want to let you know that this is very real. We're not in a physical war, but this is a spiritual war that we're going through on a day-to-day basis. And we either have a choice to fall into these things, or we have a choice to not fall into these things, but rather to keep moving forward, to keep going, to not be knocked down by the enemy, but rather we want to progress. We want to prolong our soul. We want to stay away from destruction and stay away from things that will cause us not to be the master of your eyes. So I hope this message has helped you, and I pray that you have gained something from this. Feel free to share this message with others as well. And if you're struggling in any kind of area in your life right now, and if you're going through things that's causing you to lust or falling to, sexual sins and adultery and all kind of deadly sins that God is against, go to the Lord right now and go to Jesus Christ, who can help you right now, because he's willing to help you. I want you to realize that he loves you and his compassion is very deep for you. Dear soul, I pray that you have gained something from this message. Once again, I go by the name of Brother Rob. You guys remain strong in life and never let any negative thing get in your way. Continue to further yourselves in your walks with the Lord, and I pray that you will be used greatly, and I pray that the Lord will cause you to become greater than what you already are. I love you all in Christ Jesus. May the Spirit of the Lord continue to work on your hearts, your minds, and your soul. Dear beloved, I love you in the Lord. Take care.